Good morning, residents, and welcome to Virtual Coffee Chat. Today is Friday, March 12th, and we have another good episode here for our residents to stay tuned and listen to. Hopefully very informative. It's a little bit shorter than previous coffee chats. The reason being is the newsletter is going to go out Friday, and it is going to contain all the information that you want to hear or that you're wanting to be made aware of. So stay tuned for the newsletter. But today's coffee chat is going to have Mr. Paul Cairns. He is the head of the Cypress Village Scholarship Fund, and he has a message to all of our residents that I think you'll like and enjoy. We're going to follow Paul up with the Resident Council and their updates for the community and their committees. Dave Green has I consider it an exciting update regarding a investment we just made that we did not plan on making, but as we're moving towards reopening in phase 2.5 of the reopening plan, I thought it was a good investment that we did make. We are going to expand the air purification systems that we did in the OMR roughly a couple months ago to all of our dining venues. As our dining venues, you're going to hear here shortly, are all going to be reopening. We thought that would be an extra precaution that we could take that would be a very high yield of our investment. Nick LaLiberty is going to discuss 2.5 reopening and what that looks like from a screening and entry place here at Cypress Village. A lot of changes in both of those areas to report. Followed by Nick is going to be Thomas Rivers. Obviously with the dining room, there's going to be significant changes, all very, very positive, that Thomas is going to discuss and provide information on. Brian Berger, I believe it's going to be Brian, is going to handle the Burger of the Week. And then we are going to end it with Katie Amador and Community Life Services with some program highlights also that are related to us moving into phase 2.5. I'll finish it up with some local COVID updates and birthdays, and everybody enjoy. Thank you.
Morning, I'm Paul Cairns. My wife Kathy and I have been residents here at Cypress for 5 years now, and we've been in Jacksonville 35 years, as long as that sounds, it is. When I retired, the two of us sat down and talked about how we were going to allocate our resources in terms of giving back to our various communities. And one of the things we decided is that we would prioritize our giving, placing family number one, church number two, and community number three. And to that point, we focus within the community on education as being the key tool which allows people to break the circle of poverty, improve their lives, and improve the lives of those around them. We now find we're in two communities. We're in Cypress, and we're in the larger Jacksonville community. Our feeling is that through the scholarship program, we can impact both of those communities. As we improve the opportunities for our employees, improve their development, their career paths, they in turn go back to their own communities and impact those around them. As many of them are they're first in their family to go to college, they go back to a neighborhood where others haven't been to college and are able to show them how they can improve themselves and for their families and the community by furthering their education. So as you think about giving to the scholarship campaign, please think about it with that perspective. You can give as much as you want. Hopefully it's a lot, but think of it in terms of giving back to your various communities. In the coming weeks, you're going to be hearing from some of the employees themselves and what the scholarship program has enabled them to do. And I'm sure will express their appreciation for your giving during this time period. Thank you and have a great day.
Hi, I'm Pratha McKinnon, President of the Residents Council, and once again I'm here to introduce you to the members of the Council and their committee reports. So I hope you enjoy them, and I hope they are informative for you. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. It's Bill Worth from the Veterans Committee. Hope everybody's doing well. There's not too much to report this month from the Veterans Committee. We are going to have a meeting during the month of March. But we did get our first Veterans newsletter incorporated into the Cypress Log. You've probably all noticed that. I think the next time we will have a Veterans newsletter in the log will probably be in the May edition. So I think maybe it'll be every other month that we compose information that we hope will be useful to our veterans and of interest to everybody in the community. So that has started. We're constantly working on and improving the plan for the Veterans Recognition Wall. No ground has been broken on this, no wall impacted in any way at this point in time. But we're probably 2 to 3 months out on actually having it installed and dedicated and up and running. So it won't be a long period of time before we have that recognition wall in place. But other than that, things are running along smoothly, and we hope you're all doing well. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jean Bland reporting to you on the activities of the Activity Committee. We met in the middle of February, and we are delighted now we have a full complement of committee members, 6 of us. And everybody came to that meeting with a list of things they would like to see happen and be returned to the activity department here at Cypress Village. Katie has her plate full, and we all appreciate very much the hard work that she has been doing during these trying times of COVID. But there are brighter days ahead.
Hi, I'm Mark Waters, and I am the chair of the Dining Committee. We had a really interesting and productive meeting this month. Ty Morgan was able to join us for the first time, and I'll tell you, he is a real treasure. We are so fortunate to have him here as our executive director. We had members of the committee had heard from several different residents that people were kind of getting a little bit depressed from not being able to eat together in the dining room. And we heard that from, again, several people. It's been a whole year since we've been more or less on lockdown, and it's been hard on everyone. However, it's been very necessary. Anyway, to make a long story short, we discussed it and then discussed it with Ty. He checked with LCS and was able to receive permission for us to start dining in small, very small groups, maybe 2 or 3 people. So that's the big news that I have. And thanks to Ty and his openness to the needs of the community, he was able to get that put through. So hopefully pretty soon we'll start to be able to intermingle just a little bit more than usual. Have a great day.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Just a quick update from the maintenance department. We had the bipolar ionization and UV light filters installed in Egret Hall, the Loon's Nest, 4600 East, and Middleton's this week. Basically, that helps clean the air and kills viruses, bacteria, mold, mildew, everything by shooting the ionization modules out in the air, and then sucks it back in through the UV light, which kills everything. So those areas have now been done along with the OMR and Rehab 1 of healthcare. And corporate is about to come in and do the rest of them in the next couple of weeks. But we just wanted to get a jump on it with 2.5 coming and 3.0 at the end of April. So happy Coffee Chat. Have a great day, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. We're finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here. You should have already received your flyers in the mail kiosks of our new updated 2.5. So that being said, I wanted to go over some of my stipulations, if you will. So we are going to not require residents to screen any longer. What does that mean? That means we are going to activate all the key fobs We are going to just let you go straight through the lobby without the hassle of filling out that paperwork or taking temperatures or checking in with the thermographic screening devices that are going to be installed. So that's great news for everyone here, and we're very, very, very happy that we're able to do that now. So if you have any questions or your key fobs aren't working correctly, please see security. If they can't help you, I certainly can. So I hope everyone has a great day, great weekend, and enjoy the beautiful weather. Thank you.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. Happy Friday. We have some very important dining updates to go over today, so I need everybody to pay extra special attention. We're going to be going over a lot of things, last of which would be the Phase 2.5 reopening plans. So please absorb this information, share it with your fellow residents, and the goal is to just make sure everybody's as informed as possible, because there's a lot of details surrounding not just dining, but everything in 2.5. There's also going to be a lot of additional paper coming into your kiosks and mailboxes, so please make sure you get that paperwork, read as much of it as you can. I know it's going to be a lot of reading, but it's a time we've been waiting for a long time, and we're finally here, so please look out for that information. So first, a couple things. We rolled out I called it the Winter 2.0 Loon's Nest menu. So in previous coffee chats, I wanted to make more changes to the Loon's Nest throughout the month. So instead of just seasonal changes, we would have some changes in between the seasons. So we swapped out about 8 items on the menu. So if you've got a chance to try any of them, I'd love some feedback. Let me know what you think about the new items. The Loon's Nest Spring menu will be coming out. I think the first day of spring is towards the end of March. So that'll most likely be maybe first week, second week of April. So you can look for the spring Loon's Nest menu to be coming out around that time. We also went over the proposed change to the independent living menu for the dining room for 4600 currently, because Middleton's will not reopen until the third phase. But Brian went over that with residents today in menu chat, and I went over it with the dining committee. And so far it's been very well received, and we're hoping to roll that out probably the second week into phase 2.5, which would be in the second week of April, somewhere in that time frame. And the idea for that is to roll out a 3-week trial period where we would run the menu, and then on the second week of the trial, we would send out a survey to all residents, and you could provide some feedback on how the new menu's received by you. And I'll take that information back to the dining committee, and we can discuss if we want to make this proposed menu a permanent menu. So I'm very excited about the new opportunities the new menu provides. So I hope, there'll obviously be more to come, and I hope to receive your feedback once we start that trial. Last but not least, we have the Phase 2.5 rollout that's going to be coming here shortly next week. Again, like I said, you're going to get a lot of information, so please just take your time with it. There's a lot to go over in dining. I'm not going to touch on every single thing that's in the handout. I'll just go over some of the key points. So I think the most important piece of information is that residents will be able to dine together. There's going to be a maximum of 2 households per table, with a maximum of 4 people per table. So 2 couples can dine together, 2 singles can dine together, a couple and a single can dine together. So we're very excited to have that opportunity to have residents begin to dine together once again. The reservation system, how we're going to run the dining room, is the hours are going to be the same as pre-COVID. So 11:30 to 1 p.m. for lunch, and then 4:30 to 7 p.m. for dinner. We ask that anyone who wishes to dine in the dining room call the day before they would like to come to the dining room. Reservations will be mandatory at this point, just so we can have some sort of control over how many people come at what times. Obviously with lunch, we don't anticipate any reservation slots that are full. However, at dinner, typically all the residents want to dine at the same time. So there may be a time where you call and that time slot is full. So we're asking that you call and request the even time, so to speak. So example, 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30, etc. Also, whenever you call to make the reservation, please state your name, and then also if you're calling for the entire group for the reservation, who else will be dining at that table. So for example, This is Thomas. I'm calling to place a reservation for 5 o'clock. I'll be dining with Katie Amador, so a table for 2, please. Something like that. The Sandpiper will be reopened in phase 2.5. The hours will be slightly limited, so we're going to open the Sandpiper doors at 11 a.m. and then they will close at 2 p.m. So that time frame, you'll be able to come in and pick up some store items, some sundry items. You can, if you want to order from the Loon's Nest to go, you can utilize the Sandpiper Cafe to do that instead of having to place your order at the bar. What we're also going to be doing is housing some of the popular store-to-your-door items in the Sandpiper. For example, if you want a dozen eggs, you don't have to necessarily call a store to your door. You can go, walk in, grab a dozen eggs. Someone can ring you up and you can purchase it right then and there. Store to your door will continue. The minimum purchase amount will increase. So look at the details and the information that's coming out to see what's happening with store to your door. But again, like I said, we want to try to make it more convenient. So instead of waiting 24 or 48 hours for your order, we'll do our best to house the most popular items in the Sandpiper so you can pick them up at your convenience. Also, what we will be doing in phase 2.5 is delivery will continue at no charge, and we'll also bring back the option to pick up your meal. So if you'd like to pick up your lunch or dinner instead of having it delivered, you can come down to the dining room. There's the countertop that is behind the entree bar in Middleton's. That's where the pickup orders will be placed. You can come down. Typically, the pickup orders are done first. So if you're coming in for lunch, you can pick those up between 11:30 and noon. If you're coming in for dinner, you can pick those up between 4 and 4:30. And then the delivery times will be consistent with what they are now. For dinner between 5 and 7, lunch between 11 and 1. So just another option. I encourage residents to pick up their dinners and lunches if they'd like. It would definitely save us a lot of time for deliveries, also while at the same time servicing residents of the dining room. So that's an option that would benefit both of us. And just a reminder about masks in 2.5. Nothing will change about the mask policies. Coming to and from the dining room, everyone's required to wear a mask. Once you're seated at your table and have food and beverage available, you can remove your masks. If you're dining with somebody that's not within your same household, then we always just try to stress, use as much social distancing as possible, even though you'll be seated at the same table. And again, I also want to just encourage any sanitizing practices. If you carry around hand sanitizer, make sure you utilize it coming to and from the dining room, just to make sure we're all being safe. Those are the major updates I had for today. Again, a lot of information to digest, but it's an exciting turn that we're making in dining, and especially in the community. So look forward to seeing you in the dining room. Have a great day.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Loon's Nest Bar and Grill on this beautiful sunny Friday morning. For the burger of the week for next week, we have what we're calling the nap time burger. So you're starting off with our regular all beef patty, put a slice of fried pancetta on top of that, 2 slices of smoked brisket, cheddar cheese, onion rings, barbecue sauce, and top it all off with a bun.
Hello, Cypress Village residents, and good morning. My name is Katie Amador, and I'm going to be giving you a few community life services updates this week. The first update that I have is in regards to our phase 2.5 reopening. As you've heard from quite a few of our other directors today and from our executive director, Ty, we are very excited to move into reopening the community, and we are going to do so safely and slowly by starting with phase 2.5. And as you might have reviewed on our reopening plan that was distributed earlier this week, community life services is impacted in a couple of ways in phase 2.5, one being increased capacities in many of our common areas, including Egret Hall, the OMR, the IBIS room, our common spaces, the Eagles View, the pool, etc. All of those increased capacities are listed on the reopening document and will also be reiterated in the newsletter, which will come out this weekend. So if you utilize those spaces, whether personally, with a club or a group, or for our programs, please note those increased capacities, which will begin on Wednesday the 17th. We have also added a couple of services to our transportation offerings. One is going to be a weekly bank run to Wells Fargo and Bank of America. And the other is going to be weekly transportation to religious services. And details on that will also be in the newsletter as well as in the activities weekly update. So you can keep an eye out for that also. Next, I just wanted to give some programs highlights for the upcoming week. On Monday, the 15th at 3 o'clock in the OMR, we have our movie matinee, and we will be playing the movie The Irishman, which is a Netflix film. I watched it with my husband. It is a very good movie. It is a slow burn, as they call it. So we are going to split it into 2 parts. Part 1 will be on Monday in the OMR at 3 o'clock, and part 2 will be on Wednesday the 17th in the OMR at 1 o'clock. So I highly, highly suggest you pop down and watch that. It's a really awesome movie, and I will include the details on that in the weekly update. On Tuesday the 16th at 6 o'clock p.m., Steve Chapman will be here to perform for our residents live in Egret Hall, and we will also live stream that performance to our Facebook page, which you can find by visiting facebook.com/Cypress Village Retirement, or you can tune in live on channel 266. On channel 267. So please check out Steve Chapman's performance on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we will be celebrating St. Patrick's Day at 4 o'clock in Egret Hall. We are having a St. Patty's Day social with beer, wine, and hors d'oeuvres. The capacity for Egret Hall will be increased as of that day, so we are going to be able to accommodate a few extra residents at that program. So if you'd like to sign up, please give us a call and we'll see if we can get you on the list for that. The cost is $10, and it'll be a really fun opportunity to socialize with neighbors and celebrate St. Patrick's Day. On Friday, we have CV Cinema meeting in the OMR at 6 o'clock p.m. They will be watching the movie The American Pickle, which I believe is a HBO Max original. And also on Friday, leaving at 6:30 from the main lobby, we will be going to the Masterworks Symphony. So if you have tickets to the Masterworks Symphony and would like to take the bus with us, please give us a call and we'll see if we can get you on the list. And my last couple of updates or highlights for next week are on Saturday the 20th. At 1 o'clock p.m., CV Cinema will be meeting in OMR, and we'll be playing the movie Invisible Man, which is also another movie I've seen, a really good movie, and it's a thriller. So if you're into thrillers, definitely join the CV Cinema at 1 o'clock on Saturday and check out Invisible Man. And at 4 o'clock on Saturday, we will be having our ping pong social. So please join us for that. And my last update for this week is regarding staffing. Samantha Solly has been hired onto the Community Life Services team. She has gone through all of her pre-employment screenings. She has completed orientation, and she is working in the department as of this week. So please stop by and introduce yourself to Samantha. Welcome her to Cypress Village. It's a super exciting time for her to be joining us as we move into phase 2.5. She will be training with Tiffany over the next week or two. We will be teaching her all the ropes, introducing her to some residents, letting her lead some programs. So again, please stop by, introduce yourselves, and welcome her to the community. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful day, a happy weekend, and I will see you around the village. Thank you.
I hope everybody's enjoying today's coffee chat. I was going to provide some current COVID updates. I'm going to focus just on Duval County. Total cases in Duval County have breached 90,000 total cases, resulting in roughly 1,200 deaths across Duval County. The stats, I do like to reference this one particular graph and data point related to new cases per day for the state of Florida, remaining very, very consistent, very flat, averaging somewhere in the 4,000 to 5,000 confirmed case range per day, which is down from just as of a couple weeks ago, which it was somewhere around 7,000. So we continue to see the downward pressure on confirmed cases, which is a great metric. I just received on Monday of this week the positivity rate here in Duval County. And the Duval County positivity rate is now below 5%. It came in at 4.7%. That is a very critical metric in regards to us here at Cypress Village feeling confident that we're safe enough to move the community forward toward reopening. And with that being said, I'm very excited. I'm sure all of you have either received and read the letter along with the reopening phase. It's got some very exciting changes there related to, visitation, entry into the building, dining, religious services, all those things we've been waiting so long for. I mean, we're just over a year into this pandemic, and it has been a tough, tough year. So I'm really hopeful that the information that you received and digested was very, very, positive. Especially to the new residents that have moved in during the pandemic. You all really have not experienced what Cypress Village has to offer in its fullest capacity, so we're very excited to move forward. And with moving forward, I also just ask that we remain very vigilant because, I received a lot of emails and correspondence regarding the CDC's most latest announcement regarding masks. And I just want to clarify that masks are still recommended when you are in the general public or in groups of people outside of your family or your household in any large numbers. So with that being said, we are still going to require masks for residents, staff, anybody that enters the building that is going to be in a general common location within the community. Hopefully we don't have to do that much longer, but for the time being, at least while we are in phase 2.5, that is what we are going to do. So please adhere to that. Please do everything you can to remain consistent and safe as we continue our journey to back to normal. So with that being said, on to birthdays. It's today the 12th. All right, we have 2 birthdays on the 12th. We've got Miss Jane Campbell and Patsy J. On the 13th, we've got Maureen Campbell, another Campbell. Maureen, happy birthday. Barbara Merkel. On the 14th, Mr. Gene Latimer. On the 15th, we've got Janet Smith, Brian Rees, Maureen Mayhew. Happy birthday to you 3. On the 16th, Miss Rhoda Booten. Rhoda, happy birthday. Sammy Howard and Eileen Spellman. Happy birthday to you 3 ladies. On the 17th, Mary Alice James. Mary Alice, happy birthday. Elsa Tro, one of our newest residents who just moved to Cypress Village, is on the 17th. And Marilyn Ellis, happy birthday and St. Patrick's Day to you 3. On the 20th, we've got Mr. William Fast, and on the 21st, we've got Barbara Claire. Happy birthday. I'm going to stop on the 21st, which is Barbara Claire, and we'll pick it up next week. Happy birthday to all those residents that were referenced, and everybody have a great week. Looking forward to seeing everybody around the village. Let's get back to normal and do it safely. Thank you, everybody.